Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Best of Enemies. And I got to check this out this previous Monday, and I remember seeing the trailers for this originally, and a lot of true stories like this can usually go one of two ways, where it's like overly sentimental and really cliched and feels like you're watching a movie, or it could be really gritty, grounded, and really provide a great look at these actual historical events dealing with these social issues. This movie definitely leans towards more of the former, and I have to say, at least starting off, Taraji P. Henson really puts her all into this film as Anne Atwater. But the thing is, like, she comes across really over the top and kind of a caricature because they don't really spend a whole lot of time with her. They don't really give her a whole lot to do. And the biggest issue with this film is this is a really unbalanced film. What this film's trying to convey is this balance between these two people coming together in the middle and really showing that people can work together across races, against prejudice, and really it's just like, here's a caricature, will occasionally pop into the movie, and then you don't really spend a whole lot of time with these kids that their school burns down. You really don't get to see their plight a whole lot. It's just everybody telling you about it. And then 3/4 of this movie is dealing with C.P. Ellis, played by Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell does a fine job. He plays this character well. He's believable. But the thing is, it's like, really, it's just his story, and it feels hard to feel connected to this bridging of the gap when it's like, it's so uneven in how it's told. And Robin Bissell, who wrote and directed this film, I feel like that focus causes some issues in terms of how this film is actually being portrayed. And that really takes a lot out of the movie for me. There are some scenes that are really hard to watch and powerful, and you really get what kind of tension was going on and what could have been done. But you really only get one perspective of this film, and it kind of throws off the balance of trying to see where everybody's coming from. And then this film's getting a lot of criticism for being that white savior complex. And I think the issue is that it really just focuses on C.P. Ellis and not Anne Atwater or the actual people being affected by this situation. And like, it's well shot. I think the music was well chosen. It's a fine film. But the thing is, the message it's trying to convey, and it seems like that's going to be a theme of my reviews this week, because I have another film where it's a great technical film, but it's really controversial because what it's portraying and how it's portraying it, actually. And this film, I think, could have been more interesting and would have accomplished what it's trying to do if it tried to balance things a little bit more. Because at this point, then, it's just like, is it really believable? But the thing is, there are some really affecting familial moments with the Ellis family. And you do get to see layers of C.P. Ellis and realize that he's not just some extremely hateful person that doesn't have love in him. But it makes it harder towards the end when his revelation happens for you to really buy into it. So, in terms of a historical film, true events kind of film, this one's fine. It's pretty straightforward, and I think people get a lot out of it. Some people, and actually enjoy it. I thought it was a fine film. I wish that it would have focused things a little bit differently, because I think it would have accomplished what it was trying to do. But honestly, those are my thoughts on The Best of Enemies. Would I recommend it? I wouldn't give this a rousing, you need to go see this. This is the next Selma or something like that. No, it's not. But I think it's a fine film, and if you're really into historical films like this and period pieces, I think it might be worth your time. Go check it out. But those are my thoughts on The Best of Enemies. Comment, let me know what you think, and let's talk movies. And thank you for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.